Tektone calls Ludwig a spineless rat and Hassan's puppy.
Ludwig, why did you invite Mango to this party who you know has alcohol problems and then do celebrations when he was 3 point... You know what? Why don't we let this clip play? C9 removed him from the org. I don't really care about that. Maybe he does. I think a lot of orgs are fake as fuck. And to be honest, while we can just say, oh, let's excommunicate this guy. He's never invited to anything ever again. And all of his career opportunities are completely removed. Nobody ever talked to him again. How about we stop worrying about self-preservation for 5 seconds? And maybe we just do the right thing and we get this guy help. And we help this guy with his alcohol addiction. We tell him to put down the fucking bottle and we help him overcome his addiction rather than just say, yeah, let's ruin his life even more after one of his friends put him in a horrible situation that he should have never been in to begin with. Let's watch this shit.
Is like an alcoholic.
And by the way, I want you to listen to this again.
Mango is like an alcoholic.
Ludwig invites a known alcoholic to this party. This is at the beginning, by the way, guys. This is at the beginning. He invites a known alcoholic. And by the way, I am not justifying anything that Mango did whatsoever. This guy has some demons he needs to fight. But let's focus on helping this guy first. But obviously, yeah, probably not having him at parties, a good fucking idea, because that shit was weird as fuck. But regardless, let's keep going here. So Ludwig invites a known alcoholic to his party. It gets worse.
Mango can drink 30 beers and act the same he does off no beers.
That's crazy.
Cap.
That's what I used to say when I would drink and drive.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, dude, trust me, man. Yeah, I can drink a bottle of Jack Daniels and drive just fine. Yeah, let's listen to an alcoholic. Let's listen to what an alcoholic says.
He's a machine of a man.
He said he had 7 beers already today.
If you ask him how many beers he's had lifetime, it's probably above 10,000.
Probably maybe not let that guy have any more beers at your streamer event.
Yep. Hey, guys. This guy is a known alcohol abuser. So you know what I'm going to do to be a great friend? I'm going to give him more alcohol. Man, that's a great idea.
He's the chick.
With Valkyrie immediately saying and expressing concern for, isn't this event enabling him? W's to Valkyrie for understanding how bad of an idea this is.
He's a 2-time champion. He's never lost.
We gotta do PB! Guys, Mango just blew a .25!
That's crazy.
So Mango already blew a .25 very near early on into the tournament. I believe a .08 is all you need for you to be pulled over and not allowed to be driving. So he is 3 times over the legal limit. And he's celebrating this. Ludwig is celebrating that he invited his friend over and got him, by the way, for now, 3 times over the legal limit. 0.05 in my country, 0.01 in BC Canada. I believe it's 0.08 in America. And they're in America, so I'm going to hold her to those standards. 0.25 is very fucking dangerous. And don't worry, guys, this is just the beginning.
Crazy. Is there any conversation about how like people like Ludwig and everybody else were encouraging him to drink?
No. Nobody held this guy accountable at all. Nobody said, yeah, man, no, it's all Mango's fault. In what world? Okay, I want to remind you of one of the biggest supervillain moments in all of fucking anime. Are you guys familiar with Monster? Are you guys familiar with the antagonist Johan Kashibe? It's Johan. I think Johan Kashibe is from JoJo's Part 4. Johan, one of the biggest villains in anime history. Do we remember what happened when he gave alcohol to a known alcohol abuser? Yeah, it wasn't really that great. Good friend wouldn't put someone live on camera, get them 4 times for now, 4 times over the legal, 3 times over the legal limit, and then say, all of their actions are their own. I had nothing to do with it. While he's celebrating.
Are you talking?
Look at this. Look. He's celebrating, putting the camera on him, cheering for him abusing more alcohol on camera. While this guy's smiling, thinking, oh, dude, great. Meanwhile, Mango's numbers are down. He's pretty much willing to do anything to make numbers go up. And he's thinking, oh, so this is good content. This is what people want me to do. Wow, look at this. Yeah, let's give a cocaine addict more cocaine and cheer him on live on stream.
Guys, Mango just blew a .25!
That's crazy. Is there any conversation about how like people like Ludwig and everybody else were encouraging him to drink? Are you telling me this is what led to him getting banned from the event?
Yes.
If you're having him blow a breathalyzer and being like, oh my God, he's like triple the legal limit, you're part of the problem. Wouldn't you be like, hey, I'm Ludwig, I'm almost 30 years old. I probably know that this guy shouldn't be drinking so much. So since it's my event, I should pull him aside and tell him to stop or not encourage this.
He didn't take any accountability whatsoever. We're going to keep going here.
Yelling and celebrating his insane amount of alcoholism.
3 times over the legal limit.
I'm not saying that he's not responsible for
He is responsible for his own actions. However, Ludwig should be punished for enabling this.
anything that he did. But aren't you responsible for creating a safe environment? This does not create a safe environment.
Absolutely not.
Hey, everybody!
Ready for this?
Mango just blew a .32!
So apparently
He went from a .25 to a .32, and everybody in this room cheered for an alcoholic suffering and falling victim to his vice. And they cheered for it. And they said, yes, 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 drink more, drink more, drink more. This is such good content. Guys, a .32, 4 times over the legal limit. Guys, .32 is like go to the hospital level.
So apparently he was harassing people, because the argument's going to be like, well, I didn't know he was going to harass people. It really shouldn't matter. You shouldn't allow and encourage somebody to be.
So what he was doing was he was taking off his hat and he was humping it near people. And then he had a billboard of himself and he was humping it near people, which obviously didn't make anybody feel comfortable at all. Now, I don't know if that would fly in any courtroom, but it was definitely fucking weird as shit. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, it was weird as fuck to watch. It's fucking lame-ass frat boy behavior. But if you invite an alcoholic to your party and you get him blackout drunk and then you just say, well, whatever you do is your own fault, what are we doing here?
A 0.25% alcohol blood level drunk. That's insane. You should expect something irresponsible. What if instead of sexual harassment, he like ended up like hurting himself because he's so drunk? It's your event. What?
Yep. Right. So Ludwig is so happy that Mango didn't do any damage to himself. And this is the way he skirted all accountability. Because once again, guys, if Mango had killed himself on that party, gotten drunk and fallen off a fucking ledge, Ludwig's career is over. Right? But because he didn't do that, and because he was humping a pillow and humping a mannequin, or humping a cardboard cutout of himself near women, now Ludwig's trying to act like the grand arbiter, the biggest virtue signaler on the platform, and say, oh man, I can't believe he did this to no fault of my own. What do you think an alcoholic's going to do when you give them 4 times over the legal limit of alcohol? They're probably not going to do smart things.
To be clear, that is dangerous. That's not good. That's not good.
And he's laughing and he's smiling and he's clapping, while now 2 of his other friends have warned him, why are we celebrating this? Why are we doing this?
That's dangerous.
Let's up those numbers!
And then he says again, 0.32 is not enough. I want to show you guys some real shit here. 0.08 is considered legally intoxicated. So we are 4 times over that. Guys. A blood alcohol level of 0.30, to which he's 0.02% above already, is considered life-threatening and requires immediate medical attention. 0.40 are potentially fatal and require emergency treatment. And Ludwig at a 0.32 is saying, yeah, guys, let's up those numbers. And he skirted all accountability. A blood alcohol concentration of 0.15% or higher generally considered to be threshold for blackouts. So he is double this. In case you don't know what blackout drunk is, it's essentially you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. Your body's moving on its own. It removes your pretty much common sense, and your body does whatever the fuck it wants to do, and you won't remember any of it. That happens at 0.15, guys. He's at 0.32. Let's keep going here.
Taking advantage of somebody with substance problems for entertainment purposes, and then when it goes wrong, you just blame them. He harasses these women all night, and they don't do. Why doesn't Ludwig stop this sooner? This is insane to me.
This wasn't like a one-time thing. He was humping his mannequin and humping his hat near women, Which I will also be real to all the women who just didn't just say, hey, bro, you're on stream. This is cringe as fuck. Ludwig, do something. I don't know why we didn't do that. I don't know why we didn't. Ludwig, why are you not taking care of your guest? This is happening live on stream. There's no way you didn't know. There's no way you didn't know. Secondly, why are we doing streamer events where we're promoting alcoholism this fucking heavy? What are we doing here? Like, it's so fucking gay that we're really that desperate for content that we think that giving alcohol to an alcoholic is good content. Let's keep going here.
Feel really bad about that, and you know, I reached out to anyone who I felt might have felt uncomfortable and talked to them. But also, and I already told Mango this, and no longer inviting Mango to Mobile Moves events. You know, it's a privilege to go to an event, man. Like, the whole point of an event is like it's a fun thing to do, have a good time, and if somebody appearing jeopardizes somebody else having a good time, that just can't be a thing.
Okay.
He blames everything on Mango. Absolute spineless rat bastard. And now we know why he's another Hassan minion. Well, he will do everything for Hassan because he is spineless. He will skirt all accountability. Nowhere does he say, yeah, guys, maybe I shouldn't have cheered and celebrated and given an alcoholic 4 times life-threatening amounts of alcohol to this guy and take no accountability. Took none. Took fucking none. Zero accountability.
I mean, like, what do I do with this? Thank God you brought a guy over, encouraged him to drink insanely, and then didn't do anything in the moment about him harassing the streamers, but then came on, and after there was
and canceled his entire fucking career after you put him in that situation.
Backlash saying, oh, he's not invited anymore. Like, you're a loser. He invites a guy to his streamer event, gets him really drunk, encourages him to drink, and then doesn't do anything about it until there's backlash.
Yeah, I think that is absolute fucking bullshit. I think Ludwig is a fucking liar. I think he's a fucking snake. And I think he would throw anybody under the bus to avoid a hate threat of his own. Mango obviously fucked up. Obviously he has his own demons. And to be honest, I hope to God he gets the help that he needs. And honestly, I think it is a good idea for him not to go to streamer events. And also, I'll be real, Mango. Streamer events are gay as fuck. Okay? Break out of the fucking matrix. It's a joke. A bunch of these people, they're not going to talk to you a year after you fucking get out of the scene anyways. None of these people actually give a fuck about you. They're talking to you out of proximity. They don't, once you leave, nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares. Streamers are fake as fuck. And geez, LA streamers are even worse. Austin streamers are bad. Don't get me wrong. LA streamers, they're even worse. I can't imagine any dumb motherfucker who would leave Austin thinking that LA is going to be better. Anybody with 5 IQ would know that shit. Major misplay. And today was another example of LA streamers being fake as fuck. And Ludwig, once again, because I don't know why people are so surprised and why nobody holds him accountable for anything. But I'm sorry, and I'm going to say this again. Ludwig, you are just as at fault for what happened on that day when you invite your friend, a known alcoholic, to your party where you will know that his weaknesses, that his vices will be there, and you don't get him kind of drunk. You get him 4 times past the legal limit, double blackout drunk, near fatal levels of intoxication. You point the camera at him. You say, good job, do more. And then you don't make sure he's okay at all. The guy could have died, guys. And I think it's a joke that we're not making the proper people be accountable here. Is what it is. It's a joke that more people aren't talking about this shit. Fuck that noise, man. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one. Garbage.